everyone, and thank you for joining us. Let me begin by thanking Misty LaPerriere with Save the Freedom, an organization that is tremendous when it comes to all the resources they provide for human trafficking victims and so much more. Misty, we couldn't be as successful as we are without you and your entire organization. Thank you for the partnership we share. Today I stand here filled with a mixture of emotions: relief, gratitude, and determination. Relief that our human trafficking squad is so successful and these operations are so successful, and last week we were able to rescue 2 human trafficking victims. Gratitude. I'm extremely grateful that we have a human trafficking squad that's relentless. I'm grateful that we have partnerships with organizations like Save the Freedom. So when we do identify victims, when we are able to convince these human trafficking victims to have the courage, to have the strength to say enough is enough, we have a resource that we can give them to give them that new lease on life. And determination. I am determined to eradicate human trafficking in the Tampa Bay area and apprehend anyone who believes it's okay to traffic another human being for sex. We will not stop. Recently, our human trafficking squad conducted an undercover operation to identify victims of human trafficking and apprehend their traffickers. And they did just that. Our first survivor is barely 20 years of age. She met her trafficker on a dating app. He reached out to her and convinced her, enticed her to move from Jacksonville to Tampa with the false promise of a better way of life. He immediately exploited her insecurities and vulnerabilities. He immediately took total control of every aspect of her life. She had a daily quota that she had to meet. She had to earn at least $1,000 a day. And when she didn't, she was physically struck, violently and sexually abused even more. Our undercovers placed an ad on the dark web for an escort service. Her and her trafficker responded to this web and arrived at one of the motels. She comes up to the room, and when she was met with our human traffickers, when she was met with our human trafficking squad, she immediately broke down. She immediately became overwhelmed with emotion, confessing that she was being trafficked against her will. We walked downstairs to the lobby where her trafficker, 31-year-old Ronell Fentress, was anxiously awaiting for her and her money. He was placed under arrest. He is charged with human trafficking, deriving proceeds from prostitution, forcing another to become a prostitute, and violation of probation, fleeing to elude. He's an early releasee from prison. He is no stranger to trouble. He has 19 felony charges with 3 felony convictions and has served some time in federal prison. My hope is that he will never be afforded the opportunity to be released from prison ever again. Our second case is like a plot out of a scary movie. It is that horrible. Our second survivor, this victim, has been trafficked for over the last 15 years. Oftentimes, she has been met with violence. He controlled her, her trafficker controlled her by fear and intimidation. Over the last several years, she has suffered several broken bones and fractures at the hands of her trafficker. Recently, she believed that she may be pregnant. She begged her trafficker to be able to sustain from any type of sex trade because she thought she was pregnant. His response? He violently struck her in the abdomen area, trying to do everything he could to terminate that pregnancy. He battered her to the point where she had to go to Tampa General Hospital for medical care. That's where the medical staff contacted our deputy, or the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. One of our deputies, and thankfully all of them have extensive training in identifying the symptoms of someone who may be trafficked, responded. After a short interview, he had that suspicion she may be a victim of human trafficking. This deputy took the initiative to contact the human trafficking squad. They arrived, they met with her, and did confirm that she is a victim of human trafficking and has been for the last 15 years. The nightmare has ended for both of these women. The moment that they met our human trafficking squad, they now will be afforded a new lease on life. Now they will get that respite care, all that healing, recovery, counseling, gainful employment, whatever they need through a tremendous organization in Selah Freedom. Our trafficker in this case is 42-year-old Vanzini Hansel. He is being charged with human trafficking, deriving proceeds from prostitution, forcing another to become a prostitute, and felony battery. He has been arrested in Pasco County. To no one's surprise, he is no stranger either to any type of trouble. 37 prior felony charges, 10 felony convictions. It is my hope that this individual spends the rest of his life behind bars and is never ever afforded the opportunity to terrorize another human being. I have to thank, because I'm standing here in awe of the strength and courage of these two women for coming forward, for saying that enough is enough. There is a better and different way of life. To anyone out there who continues to traffic another human being for sex, let this be once again just another warning that our efforts are relentless. We will not stop. We have a human trafficking squad and an office filled with extremely talented individuals. The odds are against you. We will find you. Do not traffic another human being in this Tampa Bay area, because if and when you do, you will be caught, and you will, with the help of our state attorney, spend the rest of your life behind bars, exactly where you belong. To anyone out there who believes they may be a victim of human trafficking, or anyone who knows or feels that another human being is being trafficked against their will, please know that help is only a simple phone call away. If it's something exigent, call 911. Or you can contact the Florida Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-855-352-7233. That's 1-855-FLA-SAFE. Again, help is as simple as a telephone call away. At this time, I would introduce Misty LaPerriere with Selah Freedom to come forward and share just a little bit more. Oftentimes, we talk about the help and resources that are available, but I think it's important for everyone to hear from Misty and exactly how her organization can help somebody when they finally can muster up enough strength and determination to have that courage and ask for help. Misty, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you, Sheriff Chronister, for having us here today, and also for your entire human trafficking unit and the work that they do. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work alongside of them and be there immediately to offer support for victims that have come out of a human trafficking situation. I'm grateful for our entire team at Selah Freedom and the advocates that work with us as well to provide immediate resources to survivors. So in the cases that we talked about, some of the immediate needs that we had were finding immediate safe shelter for them, getting them plugged in with therapy resources. A lot of times they have experienced trauma for an extremely long time. So to help them recover from that, to honor the fact that they were brave enough to come forward and share with us their experience, I mean, they are the true heroes in this, to stand up and be able to say, hey, this happened to me and I want help, and to accept the help that's there. It can look different for each survivor as to exactly what their needs are. Some, I know we had a case earlier this year, it was help with some of their immigration stuff. We were able to meet that and help them. For other survivors, it's housing, it's medical needs, it's dental care, it's therapy. They need help with schooling, job resources. Those are things that we can offer at Selah Freedom. So I am immensely grateful to be able to work with Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and their entire human trafficking unit. I will share they are top notch at going after traffickers. We have had a lot of success in prosecuting traffickers, as well as being able to help victims. So, and additionally, I would just say to anybody out there that suspects human trafficking, or if you yourself have been a victim of human trafficking, to please feel comfortable in coming forward. The Sheriff's Office is there to be able to help you. They do have resources to help you get out of this lifestyle and to have true freedom from a lot of the trauma that you're going through. So thank you for allowing us to be here today, and for the partnership that we have with you here at the Sheriff's Office.
Thank you, Misty. Once again, we couldn't be this successful without you. Thank you to you and your entire team for the partnership that we share. What questions can I answer for anybody?
Sheriff, are there any charges that either of these two folks face that would keep them behind bars the rest of their lives?
Yes, I'm hoping these human trafficking charges will do just that. I've been in contact with our state attorney. As we know, justice is at the forefront of every case she prosecutes, and she assured me she'll do everything she can. Along that amplifies this is their criminal history. One's an early parole releasee. One has an extensive violent criminal history. I think just their criminal histories alone should keep them in prison, but along with these serious felony charges that they now face, with true, real victims and a state attorney that we have that's relentless, I feel confident that they won't ever have the opportunity to terrorize another human being.